Splashdown Cove Water Park. Saturday, 2:47 p.m. Lily stood by the lounge chairs holding everyone's bags like hired help. Her cousins were in the wave pool. Jake, 10 years old, launched himself off the edge with zero fear. Emma, 8, chased him with a foam noodle, shrieking that high-pitched joy kids have before life teaches them restraint. Lily just watched them. She wore her purple swimsuit with the flowers, the one she'd spent 20 minutes choosing at Target 3 months ago. Goggles sat pushed up on her forehead. Flip-flops lined up neatly beside the chair, ready to swim for the past 20 minutes. I stood 10 feet away near a fake palm tree, pretending to check work emails. "Grandma, can I go in now?" Lily's voice came out small. Careful. The way kids sound when they've been told no twice but still have enough hope left for a third try. My mother looked up from her magazine, some glossy thing about coastal living. She glanced at Lily the way you glance at someone asking for spare change. "Oh, honey, no. Stay with the bags." Lily's face did something I'd seen before. This tiny recalibration, like watching a door close very quietly. "But Jake and Emma are swimming," she pointed at them. Mom smiled, that specific smile adults use when explaining obvious things to children. "I know, sweetheart, but you're not really family enough for the family activities. You understand, right? Someone needs to watch the bags. You're so good at helping." Not family enough. The words hit my chest like stones dropping into deep water. Lily nodded without arguing. She adjusted her grip on the bags, shifted her weight, then turned her head and looked directly at me. She didn't say anything. In that look, I saw the question she'd been asking her whole life without words. Why don't they love me the way they love Jake and Emma? I'd spent 3 years covering things, quietly handling bills, making sure the family stayed afloat, telling myself it mattered. But watching my daughter hold beach bags while her cousins played, I realized something very simple. It didn't. I pulled out my phone. Not to check emails this time. To stop paying for people who didn't value us. I opened my banking app and found the account I'd set up 3 years ago. The one I used for family expenses. The one that automatically pulled money every month without me having to think about it. The phone plan appeared first. 5 lines. Mom, Dad, Sarah, Dennis, even Sarah's landline. All running through my Verizon account. I clicked Manage Account, scrolled down. Found Cancel Service. My thumb hovered over the button. 3 years of being the reliable one. The one who handled things. The one who kept everyone connected. I pressed it. Confirmed. Service termination. Tonight, 11:59 p.m. My phone buzzed with the confirmation email. I put it in my pocket and walked over to Lily. "Hey baby, time to go." She looked up, confused. "Already? We got here like an hour ago." "Something came up?" "What about Jake and Emma?" I glanced at them in the pool, completely unaware their cousin had been standing there the whole time. "They'll figure it out." I started packing our stuff. The sea turtle towels, half-empty sunscreen, my wallet. Mom noticed. "Mark, you're leaving?" "Yep." "But it's only 3. We have the cabana until 6. The cabana I'd paid for, plus tickets for 7 people, all on my credit card. But I didn't say that. Didn't need to. Something came up. I kept packing. Sarah walked over, dripping wet, holding a $19 souvenir margarita. "Mark, come on. Don't be dramatic. Stay. The kids are having so much fun." I looked at her, then at Jake and Emma shrieking with laughter, then at Lily holding everyone's bags. "Lily, let's go." She set the bags down like they were made of glass, grabbed her towel and flip-flops, followed me. "Mark, seriously, what's going on?" Mom called after us. I kept walking, through the turnstile, past the gift shop, out to the parking lot where asphalt shimmered in afternoon heat. Lily climbed into the passenger seat and buckled up. She stared out the window at families streaming toward the entrance. I started the engine. Cold air blasted from the vents. We pulled out. 2 miles passed in silence except for the AC humming and radio playing some pop song about summer. Then, why did Grandma say I'm not family enough? My hands tightened on the steering wheel until my knuckles went white. I don't know, Lily. Is it because of Mom? Her mom, Maria, my ex-wife. We'd met in college, married young, divorced when Lily was 2 because we'd grown into different people. The divorce was amicable. Joint custody. Maria had Lily during the school year in Austin. I had summers and weekends. But my family never accepted Maria. Never accepted Lily. Little comments over the years. She's so exotic looking. Does Lily speak Spanish at home? Maybe it's better if Lily stays home this Christmas. I'd ignored those comments, made excuses, told myself they'd come around. 3 years proved otherwise. Your grandma was wrong, I said. Silence from the passenger seat. Your family, Lily. You're my family. And she was wrong. I pulled into a Dairy Queen parking lot without planning it. Just needed to stop before I drove angry. You want ice cream? She looked at me, suspicious. It's 3:30 in the afternoon. So? A tiny smile cracked through. Ice cream sounds good. Inside, the place was empty except for teenagers in a corner booth and a mom with toddlers. We ordered 2 blizzards, Oreo for her, cookie dough for me, and sat in a booth by the window. Lily ate slowly, picking out cookie dough chunks first and organizing them by size on her napkin like a tiny scientist. My phone sat on the table between us. Dark. Silent. But my mind wasn't silent. I was thinking about the phone plan I just canceled. And what else was running through that same account? Car insurance, probably. I'd co-signed something for Dad years ago. Health insurance supplement for Mom's prescriptions. How much was I actually paying every month? I'd never added it up, never wanted to see the total. Just let it auto-draft and pretended it wasn't happening. My phone buzzed. Mom. Why did you leave so suddenly? Everyone's asking. Did Lily have a tantrum? I flipped it face down. Lily watched me. You're not texting Grandma back? Not right now. She nodded and took another bite. Are you mad at her? I thought about it. Mad felt too hot, too loud, too temporary. This was something colder and quieter. I'm disappointed. Lily scooped more ice cream. Me too. We finished in comfortable silence, the kind you can only have with someone you don't need to perform for. Then we drove home. The house was quiet when we pulled into the driveway. Small 2-bedroom rental in a decent neighborhood. Beige siding, grass needing mowing, nothing fancy. But it was ours. Lily went straight to her room and changed into pajama pants and an oversized hoodie. She came back with her hair still damp. Can we watch a movie? Yeah, pick whatever. She scrolled Disney Plus and chose Moana for probably the 100th time. We sat on the couch. She leaned against me with her head on my shoulder. Halfway through How Far I'll Go, she fell asleep. I could feel her breathing slow down. My phone lit up on the coffee table. Mom. Mark, seriously, what happened? Call me. Sarah. Did Lily have a meltdown or something? Dad. Your mother is upset. Call her. Messages appeared one after another. All of them asking what went wrong. None of them asking what they'd done. I let Moana finish. Carried Lily to her room. She barely stirred. I tucked her in, pulled the blanket to her chin, turned on her turtle nightlight. Back in the living room, I opened my laptop. Logged into my banking app. Found the family expenses account. Started scrolling through auto payments. Verizon, 5 lines, $280 per month. Status, canceled. State Farm, parents' car insurance, $340 per month. Status, active. Blue Cross, mom's supplemental coverage, $190 per month. Status, active. Little Scholars, daycare, Sarah's kids. My contribution, $600 per month. Status, active. Chase, credit card. Dad's account, my cosign. Minimum payment, $420 per month. Status, active. I stared at the screen. 4 more payments I'd been making for 3 years. On autopilot. Without thinking about it. I did quick math in my head. 280, 340 son, 190, 600, 420 son, 130 per month. Times 36 months. My stomach dropped. $65,880 I'd paid for a family that told my daughter she wasn't family enough. I sat there in the dark for a long time. Just me and the laptop screen glowing. Lily sleeping down the hall. The refrigerator humming. Tomorrow was Sunday. By tonight at midnight, their phones would stop working. They'd think it was a network issue at first. And then they'd start to wonder. I looked at the other 4 payments still set to auto-draft. My cursor hovered over the car insurance. Not yet, I thought. Let them figure out the phones first. Let them come to me. Let them ask. And then I'll show them exactly what I've been paying for all these years. I closed the laptop and sat in the quiet. For the first time in 3 years, I felt something I hadn't felt before. Not anger, not sadness, control. And it felt lighter than I expected. Sunday, 6:47 p.m. I was making spaghetti when the pounding started. Not knocking. Pounding. The kind that makes your door frame rattle and neighbors peek through curtains. Lily looked up from her homework at the kitchen table. Is that Grandma? Probably. Are you going to answer it? I drained the pasta. After dinner. The pounding continued. Harder now, more desperate. I plated 2 servings. Added sauce. Grated Parmesan. Set one in front of Lily. Sat down with mine. Dad? Eat first. Door second. We ate slowly. Lily kept glancing at the door between bites. The pounding had shifted to knocking. Rhythmic. Patient. Then back to pounding. I finished my plate. Rinsed it. Loaded the dishwasher. Wiped down the counter. Only then did I walk to the door. Through the peephole. Mom. Face blotchy. Eyes red. She'd been crying for hours. I opened it. She pushed inside without asking. What did you do? I closed the door. Walked back to the kitchen. Started making coffee. Mark, I've been calling you all day. Our phone stopped working at midnight. I had to drive over here because I couldn't. She stopped. Saw Lily at the table. Forced her voice lower. We need to talk. We're talking. Alone. I looked at Lily. She grabbed her plate without me asking and disappeared into her room. Mom waited until the door clicked shut. Why aren't our phones working? They got disconnected. Why would they get disconnected? I poured 2 cups of coffee, slid one across the counter to her. I stopped paying for them. She stared at the coffee like it might explode. You can't just stop paying. We need those phones. Your father had, past tense. Her hands started shaking. She set the cup down before she dropped it. This is because of yesterday? Because of what I said to Lily? Partially. We can talk about that. If her feelings were hurt, can you apologize? That stopped her. She opened her mouth. Closed it. Of course I can apologize. Then do it. What? Lily's in her room. Go apologize. Mom looked at the hallway. Then back at me. I will. But first we need to fix the phone situation. Your father is furious. Sarah can't reach the daycare. This is causing real problems. I took a sip of coffee. Those sound like your problems. Mark. I pulled out my phone, opened my email. Found the insurance company notification. Turned the screen toward her. She squinted at it. Then her face went pale. Your car insurance lapsed yesterday at 3:04 p.m. You're driving uninsured. That's illegal in this state. You canceled our car insurance? I canceled the car insurance I was paying for. But we need that. We can't drive without. Then call an insurance company. Set up your own policy. My phone started buzzing on the counter. Unknown number. I declined it. Mom grabbed my arm. Your father has been trying to reach you all day. I know. Answer the phone. No. She looked at me like I'd grown a second head. I don't understand. Why are you doing this? I walked to my laptop, opened it, pulled up the spreadsheet I'd made last night, turned it toward her. Read that. She leaned in. Her lips moved as she read. Verizon. $280 per month, 36 months. or $10,080 State Farm, $340 per month, 36 months, 12 to 240 Blue Cross, $190 per month, 36 months, 6 to 840 daycare, $600 per month, 36 months, 21,600 Chase minimum, $420 per month, 30 months, or 50,020 total, 60,880. Her hand went to her mouth. $65,880. But we didn't ask for all this. You asked for every single payment, for 3 years. We were struggling. Your father lost his job. Dad got a new job 3 months later. I kept paying for 3 more years. Someone started pounding on the door again. Different rhythm. Angrier. I walked over, looked through the peephole. Sarah, Dennis behind her. Both looking furious. I opened it. Sarah stormed past me. Do you know what I woke up to this morning? An email from Little Scholars. Payment declined. Account past due. They're dropping Jake and Emma tomorrow if I don't pay the full balance. I walked back to the kitchen, refilled my coffee. Mark, are you listening? Sarah's voice cracked high. My kids are losing their daycare spot. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate. She followed me. Saw Mom, saw the laptop. What's going on? Mom turned the screen toward her. Sarah read it. Her face went through confusion, then anger, then something close to panic. You kept a list? I kept records. Dennis stepped forward with his hands up in that placating way. Mark, buddy, maybe we can work something out. No, he blinked. What? I'm not working anything out. I'm done paying for you. Sarah slammed her hand on the counter. You can't just pull the rug out. We have responsibilities. So do I, to my daughter, who you told wasn't family enough yesterday. I didn't say that. Mom said that. You laughed. She opened her mouth. Nothing came out. My phone buzzed again. Different unknown number. Dad, probably borrowing someone's phone. I answered. Put it on speaker. Mark, finally, what on earth is going on? Hey, Dad. Don't hey, Dad me. My credit card payment didn't go through. Do you know what that does to my credit score? I do, actually. Well, are you going to fix it? No. Silence. Then, what do you mean, no? I mean I removed the auto payment. Your credit card is your problem now. But I can't afford the minimum. Not with the other bills. Then you probably shouldn't have charged a $400 grill last month. I could hear him breathing, heavy, angry. Your mother is there, isn't she? Put her on. She can hear you. You're on speaker. Linda, what did you say to him yesterday? Mom's face crumpled. Tom, I didn't mean, it was just because our son has lost his mind over some comment at a water park. I set the phone down, walked to Lily's room, knocked. She opened it. Still had her homework spread across her bed. Ready for bed, baby? She nodded. Started cleaning up her papers. Behind me, Sarah was yelling something about lawyers. Dad was shouting through the speakerphone about responsibilities. Mom was crying. I helped Lily brush her teeth. Got her tucked in. Turned on the nightlight. They're really mad, she said quietly. They are. Because you stopped paying for things? Because they have to take care of themselves now. She thought about that. Are they mad at me? No, this isn't about you, baby. But Grandma said, Grandma was wrong, and this is me showing her that being wrong has consequences. She pulled the blanket up to her chin. Okay. Okay. I kissed her forehead. Left the door cracked. Walked back to the living room. Sarah was on her phone. Yes, I need to know about immediate enrollment. My current daycare just... Yes, I'll hold. Dennis stood in the corner looking uncomfortable. Dad was still yelling through speakerphone. I picked it up, took it off speaker, held it to my ear. Ungrateful piece of... I'm hanging up now. Don't you dare! I ended the call, blocked the number. Mom grabbed my shoulder. Please, we can fix this. Just tell us what you want. I looked at her. I wanted my daughter to be treated like family. I got the opposite, so now you get the opposite of my money. But we need... Figure it out. I walked to the door, opened it, stood there. Sarah looked up from her phone. You're kicking us out? I'm done talking. Dennis pulled Sarah toward the door. She resisted. Mark, this is insane. You're destroying the family over... The family destroyed itself yesterday at 2:47 p.m. I'm just cleaning up the mess. Mom was the last to leave. She stood in the doorway, tears running down her face. I'll apologize to Lily. I'll make this right. You should have made it right yesterday. I closed the door, locked it, walked back to the kitchen. The coffee had gone cold. I poured it out, made fresh, sat at the table with my laptop, opened my banking app, looked at the remaining auto payments. Car insurance, $340 per month. Health insurance, $190 per month. Daycare, $600 per month. Credit card, $420 per month. My cursor hovered over the car insurance. I clicked Cancel Coverage. Confirmed. Coverage terminated. Effective immediately. The health insurance. Then the daycare payment. Then the credit card auto payment. 4 confirmation emails appeared in rapid succession. I closed the laptop. Stood at the kitchen window looking out at the dark street. My phone buzzed continuously on the counter. Calls from unknown numbers. Text notifications rolling in faster than I could read them. I powered it off completely. Checked on Lily one more time. She was asleep. Breathing steady. Turtle nightlight glowing soft green. I went to my room. Set an alarm. Lay in bed staring at the ceiling. Tomorrow they'd wake up to the full scope of what I'd done. Every payment stopped. Every automatic convenience gone. Every bill suddenly their responsibility. And for the first time in 3 years, I wouldn't be there to catch them when they fell. I closed my eyes. Slept better than I had in months. Tuesday, 6:34 p.m. Lily's soccer practice. I sat in the bleachers with my laptop finishing a project proposal while 9-year-olds ran drills on the field. A shadow fell across my screen. Uncle Kevin, Dad's brother, 50-something. Cargo shorts and a Seahawks t-shirt. He climbed up and sat next to me without asking. Your dad called me, I kept typing. Yeah? Said you've lost your mind. Cut them off completely. That's mostly accurate. He watched Lily intercept a pass and kick it downfield. Want to tell me your side? I saved my work, closed the laptop. Mom told Lily she wasn't family enough. I've been paying $1,830 a month for 3 years for people who think my daughter doesn't belong. I stopped. Kevin was quiet for a moment. That's what Linda said? Those exact words? You're not really family enough for the family activities. He exhaled through his teeth. Jesus. Yeah? And the money thing? 65 grand? You heard about that. Linda called Janet crying, showed her some spreadsheet. He rubbed his face. I didn't know you were covering all that. Nobody asked. Practice ended. Lily jogged over, face flushed, hair stuck to her forehead with sweat. She saw Kevin and waved. Hi, Uncle Kevin. Hey, kiddo. Good hustle out there. Thanks. She looked between us, reading the tension like she always did. Are we going now? Grab your stuff. She collected her water bottle and cleats. Kevin stood up with me. Mark, I'm not saying Linda was right, but destroying their finances? I'm not destroying anything. I'm just not building it for them anymore. He nodded slowly. Fair enough. We walked to the parking lot. Lily climbed in the car. Kevin lingered by my door. They're really struggling, you know. Linda's medication alone. She can call her doctor. They have payment plans. You're really not going to help? I looked at him. For 3 years I helped. Where were you? He didn't have an answer for that. I drove home, made Lily a sandwich, helped with her math homework, fractions that seemed unnecessarily complicated for 4th grade. My phone stayed off, had been off since Sunday night. Wednesday morning, I turned it back on. 47 missed calls, 63 text messages, 12 voicemails. I deleted all of them without reading or listening. Got to work at 8. My office was quiet. Glass walls, chrome chairs. The kind of corporate space where everything echoed. My assistant knocked around 10. Mark, someone from State Farm called. Said it was urgent. About an account ending in 8307? I'll handle it. She left. I didn't call them back. Lunchtime, I walked to the cafe across the street. Ordered a sandwich. Sat outside despite the December cold. That's when I saw it. My mother, coming out of a Walgreens 3 blocks down, carrying a small white pharmacy bag. She walked slowly, deliberately, like every step cost her something. She looked older than I remembered, tired, smaller somehow. I watched her get into her car, Dad's old Camry. She sat there for a minute before starting the engine. Just sat there staring at the steering wheel. I felt something twist in my chest. Not guilt. Something else. Something I didn't want to name. She drove away. I finished my sandwich. Went back to work. That evening, I picked up Lily from after-school care. We stopped at the grocery store. While I was comparing pasta sauce prices, my phone rang. Unknown number. I almost declined it. But something made me answer. Mark Morrison? Speaking. This is Amanda from First West Energy. I'm calling about account 83074429. We show an unpaid balance of $847 with a scheduled shutoff for Friday if payment isn't received. I pulled my cart to the side of the aisle. That's not my account anymore. Sir, the account is registered in your name. The property owner contacted us about transferring it, but they need your signature to... I'm not signing anything. Sir, without your authorization, we can't transfer the account. And if payment isn't received by Friday, we'll have to disconnect service. Then disconnect it. Pause. Sir, I should mention there are minors living at this address. Your niece and nephew? Disconnecting heat in December could trigger a welfare check. I hadn't thought about that. Jake and Emma, 5 and 7 years old. The woman on the phone kept talking. We're required to notify Child Protective Services when heat is disconnected at an address with children under... How much to keep it on through December? The current balance is $847. Then monthly charges would resume at... If I pay the current balance, what happens to the account? It remains active under your name unless you authorize a transfer. I stood there in the pasta sauce aisle doing math. $847 to keep Jake and Emma from freezing, to keep Sarah from losing her kids. Send me the transfer paperwork, I'll sign it, but I'm not paying the balance. Sir, if the balance isn't paid, they'll pay it, or you'll shut it off, but I'm signing the transfer either way. I hung up. Lily appeared at my elbow with a box of mac and cheese. Who was that? Nobody important. You ready to check out? That night, I got an email from the utility company. Transfer authorization form attached. I filled it out, signed it electronically, sent it back. 20 minutes later, another email arrived. From Sarah. Subject: Really? The power company just called. Said you authorized a transfer but won't pay the balance. 847, Mark. That's what's standing between my kids and CPS showing up. Is this really what you want? For Jake and Emma to suffer because you're mad at Mom? I stared at the email. She was right about one thing. Jake and Emma didn't deserve this. But she was wrong about another. This wasn't about being mad. I hit reply. Typed one line. You have until Friday. Figure it out. Sent it. Thursday afternoon, someone knocked on my office door. Not my assistant. Someone else. I looked up. Sarah. Standing there in business casual. Hair pulled back. Eyes red, but makeup covering most of it. How did you get up here? Told reception I was your sister. They didn't ask questions. She closed the door behind her. Sat down across from my desk. We need to talk. We really don't. Mark, I'm begging you. Her voice cracked. I called everyone. Mom's friends, Dennis's parents, his brother. Nobody has $847. I can pay $200 right now and maybe another $300 next week. But the power company won't do a payment plan until the account is current. That sounds like a problem. It's my kids, Mark. Several heads turned outside my glass office. Sarah noticed. Lowered her voice. Please. I'll pay you back. I swear. Monthly payments. Whatever you want. Just don't let them shut off the heat. I leaned back in my chair. Where's Dennis? Working. Why? His insurance sales. How's that going? She looked away. It's been slow. Slow enough that you can't come up with $847 between the two of you? We have bills, the mortgage, car payments. Right. Bills, responsibilities, things adults handle. She stood up. You know what? Fine. Don't help. Let them shut it off. Let CPS come. And when Jake asks why Uncle Mark doesn't love him anymore, I'll make sure he knows exactly what you did. She walked out. Didn't slam the door. Just left it open. I sat there for a long time, staring at the spreadsheet on my screen without seeing it. Jake asking why I didn't love him anymore. I closed my laptop. Left work early. Picked up Lily. Drove home in silence. That evening, I opened my banking app. Looked at the balance. I could pay $847 without blinking. Wouldn't even notice it missing. But that wasn't the point. I called the power company back. This is Mark Morrison, account 8307. I need to know what happens if the shutoff occurs on Friday. Minors at the residence would trigger a welfare check within 24 hours. And what does that look like? CPS visits the home, interviews the parents, assesses whether the children are in a safe environment. If heat isn't restored within 48 hours, they may recommend temporary placement. Jake and Emma in foster care because Sarah couldn't pay a bill. Because I wouldn't pay it. I thanked her. Hung up. Sat on my couch staring at nothing. Lily came out of her room, sat next to me, didn't say anything. Just sat there. After a while, are Jake and Emma going to be okay? How did you know about that? I heard you on the phone. Of course she did. I don't know, baby. Are you going to help them? I'm thinking about it. She picked at a thread on the couch cushion. They were mean to me, but I don't want them to be cold. 9 years old and already more mature than I was. Yeah, I said. Me neither. Friday morning, I woke up at 6 a.m., made coffee, stood at the kitchen window watching the sun come up, opened my banking app, transferred $847 to First West Energy, account 83074429. Current balance, $0. Then I sent an email to Sarah. Paid the balance, heat stays on, transfer paperwork is signed. Account is yours now. This is the last time. Next time, your kids freeze, that's on you. I didn't wait for a reply, just closed my laptop. Lily came out for breakfast. I made pancakes. We ate in comfortable silence. My phone buzzed around 8, text from a number I didn't recognize. Thank you, I'm sorry. I deleted it. 3 weeks later, I was at Target buying laundry detergent when I saw Dad. He was in the pharmacy section, holding 2 prescription bottles, comparing prices, put one back, kept the cheaper one. He saw me. Froze. We stood there in the aisle, 15 feet apart, neither moving. He looked different. Thinner. Older. Wore a work uniform I didn't recognize. Some kind of retail or warehouse job based on the logo. Mark? Dad? I tried calling you. I know. He shifted the prescription bottle from one hand to the other. Your mother needs to talk to you. She knows where I live. She's afraid you won't answer the door. She's probably right. He nodded. Looked at the prescription in his hand. The cheap version doesn't work as well. But it's what we can afford now. I didn't respond. You made your point, he said quietly. We get it. We took you for granted. We screwed up with Lily. You're right to be angry. I'm not angry. Then what are you? Done. He looked at me. Really looked. Like he was seeing me for the first time. Your mother's on blood pressure medication now. The stress of all this, the stress of being responsible for herself? He flinched. I guess I deserve that. You did. We stood there another moment. The store's speakers played some cheerful pop song that didn't match the moment at all. Lily doing okay? He asked. She's fine. Good. That's good. He cleared his throat. I should go. Your mother's waiting in the car. He started to walk away, stopped, turned back. For what it's worth, you were right. About all of it. Then he left. I stood there holding my detergent. Watched him check out at the pharmacy counter. Walk through the sliding doors. Get into the Camry where Mom was waiting. They drove away. I finished shopping. Went home. Told Lily I saw Grandpa. Did you talk to him? A little. Was he nice? He was different. Different good or different bad? Just different. She went back to her homework. I unpacked groceries. My phone was still off most of the time now. I only turned it on for work or when I needed to coordinate with Maria about Lily. The family group chat I'd left had reformatted without me. Life went on. And for the first time in 3 years, my bank account was growing instead of shrinking. $130 per month. Not going to anyone else. Just sitting there. Building. I opened a college fund for Lily. Deposited the first $5,000. Set up automatic monthly transfers. By the time she turned 18, she'd have real options. Real choices. Things I never had. That night, Lily came into the living room where I was reading. Dad? Yeah? Do you think they learned? Learned what? That they should have been nicer to me. I set my book down. I think they're learning what it costs when you take people for granted. Is that the same thing? Smart kid. Too smart sometimes. I don't know, baby. Maybe. She nodded. Climbed onto the couch next to me, leaned against my side. I'm glad it's just us, she said quietly. Me too. We sat there. No TV, no music. Just quiet. And it felt like exactly where we were supposed to be. Month 3. January. The holidays had passed quietly. Just me and Lily. Chinese takeout on Christmas. Movies. Presents under a small tree we decorated together. No family dinners. No guilt trips. No awkward conversations about why we weren't coming over. Lily asked once if Grandma and Grandpa were doing okay. I said I didn't know. She nodded and went back to building her Lego set. Life settled into a rhythm that didn't include my parents or sister. Work picked up. I got promoted to senior engineer. Better pay, more flexibility. Started making it to all of Lily's soccer games instead of just some of them. The money I wasn't sending to my family anymore? $1,830 a month went straight into Lily's college fund. In 3 months, I'd saved almost $6,000. By the time she turned 18, she'd have real options. That felt like winning. Mid-January, a card arrived in the mail. Not an email. An actual card. Mom's handwriting on the envelope. Inside was a photo. Jake and Emma. Holding a sign that said, "Thank you, Uncle Mark," in crayon. On the back, one line in Mom's writing, "The heat stayed on. L." I stuck it on the fridge. Didn't respond. February brought something unexpected. Uncle Kevin called. Not from a borrowed phone. His own number. Christmas in July party at my place. End of February. Just a few people. I'm inviting you and Lily. I don't think so. Not your parents? Not Sarah? Just me, Janet, the cousins? People who aren't part of the mess. Everything's part of the mess now, Kevin. Mark, you've made your point. You set boundaries. I respect that. But Lily shouldn't miss out on all family stuff because the adults screwed up. That landed. Lily hadn't seen extended family since November. She hadn't asked about it, but I'd noticed the absence. Quieter weekends. Fewer texts from cousins. I'll think about it. Fair enough. Doors open. I asked Lily that night over pizza. Uncle Kevin invited us to a party. No grandma or grandpa, just Kevin's family. Want to go? She wiped sauce from her chin. Will people be weird? Maybe. Will they be mean to me? Not if I'm there. She thought about it. Are there going to be cookies? Probably. Okay, we can go. The party was exactly what Kevin promised. Small, low-key, his kids home from college, a couple cousins I actually liked. Nobody mentioned the drama. Lily played with Kevin's daughter's new kitten, smiled, laughed even. The kind of real laugh I hadn't heard in months. Around 8 p.m. my phone buzzed. Text from an unknown number. Photo attached. Mom and Dad sitting on their couch, holding a small wrapped box. Tag visible. For Lily. Message. We understand if you don't want us there, but we wanted her to have this. Kevin can give it to you. Merry Christmas, Mark. I showed Kevin. He nodded. They dropped it off last week. Made me promise not to push you, just to let you know it exists. What is it? No clue. Didn't ask. He brought me the box. Silver paper, green bow. Tag in Mom's handwriting. To Lily. Love, Grandma, and Grandpa. Lily saw it. Her face went carefully neutral. What's that? Your grandparents sent something. Oh. You don't have to open it if you don't want to. Can I open it later? Whenever you want. Or never. She took the box, turned it over in her hands. Put it in her coat pocket without another word. We left around 9, said our goodbyes. Lily thanked Janet for the cookies and asked if she could visit the kitten again. In the car, Lily pulled out the present. Studied it under the streetlights passing overhead. Are you going to open it? I asked. I don't know yet. That's okay? We drove home through late winter rain, the kind that makes everything look blurry and uncertain. Lily set the present on her dresser that night. It sat there for 3 weeks, wrapped, untouched. Then one Saturday morning in March, I heard her door open. She came into the kitchen holding it. I'm ready. I sat down at the table. She sat across from me, unwrapped it slowly, carefully, saved the paper. Inside was a silver bracelet, small, delicate, a charm shaped like a turtle, her favorite animal, because of her ocean conservation thing. She held it up to the light. How did they know I liked turtles? I don't know. Maybe they asked someone. Maybe they remembered. I didn't think they paid attention to stuff like that. Maybe they're trying to pay attention now. She put the bracelet on. It fit perfectly. It's pretty. It is. Does this mean I have to talk to them? No. Gifts don't come with obligations. She touched the turtle charm. Ran her finger over it. Okay. She wore it to school that day. Wore it to soccer practice. I noticed her touching it sometimes when she thought I wasn't looking. It didn't fix anything. One bracelet couldn't undo 3 years of being treated like she didn't belong. But it was something. April brought a different kind of message. Email from Sarah. Subject. I'm sorry. Mark, I've been thinking about what you said. About Lily at the birthday party. About Christmas gifts. About all of it. You were right. We treated her like she didn't belong. I treated her like she didn't belong. I'm sorry. Tell her I'm sorry if you want. Or don't. But I needed to say it. I read it twice. Didn't respond. Filed it in a folder. A week later, another email. Photos attached. Jake and Emma at a science fair. School project about renewable energy. Sarah's message. They asked about Lily yesterday. Asked why she doesn't come to family stuff anymore. I told them the truth, that we weren't kind to her, and Uncle Mark decided it was better for her not to be around people who weren't kind. They cried, Jake especially. Said he missed playing with her. I don't know if that matters to you, but I thought you should know. I showed Lily the email. She read it, looked at the photos. Do you miss them? I asked. Sometimes. They were fun when they let me play. If you wanted to see them sometime. I don't know if I do yet. Okay, think about it. She closed the laptop, went back to her room. The conversation ended without resolution. And that was fine. Healing doesn't happen on anyone's timeline but your own. 6 months after the water park, things settled into what they were going to be. I saw Kevin occasionally, always at his place, safe territory. He never pushed, never brought up my parents unless I asked first. Lily thrived. Straight A's. Travel soccer team. Started a YouTube channel about ocean conservation that got surprising views, grew 4 inches and needed all new clothes. The college fund hit $12,000. Same amount I used to pay my family in a year, now building something that mattered. One Sunday in May, my doorbell rang. I looked through the peephole. Mom and Dad, standing on my porch. No warning, no text. I opened the door, but didn't invite them in. We should have called, Mom said, but we were afraid you'd say no. I would have. We wanted to see Lily, if she wants to see us. If she doesn't, we understand. Why now? Dad cleared his throat. Because we've spent 6 months learning what it's like to handle everything ourselves, and realizing what we lost when we lost you. That's not my problem. No, Mom said. It's not. It's ours. We're not asking you to fix it. We're asking if there's a chance to start over. With boundaries. With respect. With actually seeing Lily for who she is. I looked at them. Saw something different. Not the parents who'd taken me for granted for 3 years. Something humbler. Smaller. More honest. I'll ask Lily. If she says no, you leave and don't come back without permission. Deal. I found Lily in her room watching videos about coral reefs. Your grandparents are here. They want to see you. You can say no. She looked up, touched the turtle bracelet on her wrist. Are they going to be mean? I don't think so, but if they are, I'll make them leave. Okay, just for a little while. They sat in the living room. Lily perched on the arm of my chair, close to me. Safe. Mom spoke first. Lily, I need to apologize for what I said at the water park, and for all the times before when I made you feel like you didn't belong. You do belong. You always did. I was wrong. Lily didn't say anything. Just watched her. I'm in therapy now. Learning about my biases. Learning how I hurt you. It doesn't make it better, but I'm trying to understand so I don't do it again. Okay, Lily said quietly. Dad spoke. We're proud of you, Lily. Your grades, your soccer, your ocean channel. Kevin showed us. You're doing amazing things. Lily nodded. Still didn't smile. Thank you for the bracelet. I like turtles. We know, Mom said. Your dad told us. We should have known already, but we're learning now. They sat for another 10 minutes. Awkward. Careful. Then I walked them to the door. Thank you for letting us try, Mom said. This doesn't mean everything's okay. We know. If you want to see Lily again, it happens at Kevin's. Not here, not yet. That's fair. They left. I closed the door. Lily came over. Are you okay? Yeah, are you? I think so. Do you want to see them again? Maybe, at Uncle Kevin's, like you said. Okay. She went back to her room, back to her videos. I stood in the quiet living room. Looked at the college fund statement on my laptop. 12,147. Looked at my calendar. Lily's soccer tournament next weekend. Parent-teacher conference on Tuesday. Movie night Friday. A life that worked. A life that was ours. Maybe someday my parents would be part of it again. In a smaller way. A healthier way. With boundaries that protected instead of trapped. Maybe they wouldn't. Either way, Lily and I were okay. More than okay. We had each other. We had our routines. We had a future I was building for her 1 month at a time. Some families are born. Some are built. Ours was both. Just smaller than it used to be. Stronger for it. And that was enough.